How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a macOS Big Sur USB installer drive. This bootable USB drive is super simple and super easy to create. I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Check it out. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Mac. Be sure to thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and then enable notifications with the bell icon so you won't miss any upcoming videos. Okay, so the first step is to create the USB installer drive, and I'm using this drive from SanDisk. It includes a USB-A and USB-C connection, so it's super handy to use. Connect the drive to your Mac. You want to make sure there's nothing on this drive that you need to save because everything will be erased. You want at least an 8 GB drive for this USB installer. The next step is to download the macOS Big Sur installer. Now, once this goes live in public, you can find it on the App Store. But before that, you can also download it in beta form. You can download it from beta.apple.com. You'll of course need to enroll in the beta program, or if you're a developer, you can download it from Apple's developer portal as well. So 3 options there. Number 1, Mac App Store once it goes live. Number 2, beta.apple.com for the public beta. And number 3, if you're a developer, you can download it that way. So it doesn't matter which version you download, because once you download the macOS Big Sur installer, you're going to see something that looks like this. Now this says beta because it's the beta version, but on the public version, it'll just say macOS Big Sur. So once you see this installer appear on screen after downloading, you can just close the installer out by going to the menu bar and selecting Quit Install macOS, and that'll close out the installer. The next step is to open up Disk Utility in Applications Utilities. Now you can find it via Launchpad by going to the Other folder, and then open up and find your drive in Disk Utility. It's going to be under the External section. Just click on that. Now what I like to do is to right click and select Show in Finder just to make sure there's nothing on that drive that you want to save, because like I said, we're going to remove and delete everything on that drive. So you want to select the drive, click the Erase button, because we want to make sure this thing is formatted as macOS Extended Journaled. You cannot use an APFS formatted drive to create this installer. So once you have macOS Extended Journal selected, click the Erase button. You can have it named anything, by the way. It doesn't really matter. Just go ahead and click Done. And now we can close out of the Disk Utility. The next step is to open up our Finder, click on Applications. You want to find where it says Install macOS Big Sur. You want to right click on the installer and then select Show Package Contents. Open up the Contents folder, open up Resources, and then find where it says Create Install Media. So just keep your place here. We're going to come back to the Finder in just a second. The next step is to open up a terminal window. You can find that in the Application Utilities folder. You can also get to it quickly from Launchpad by going to the Other folder and selecting Terminal. So here we are. Now in the terminal window, you want to type sudo, S-U-D-O, space. So let's do it now. S-U-D-O, and then press space on the space bar to create a space. Now go back to Finder and drag Create Install Media over to the terminal window like this and release. That will paste the path of Create Install Media right in the terminal window, and a space will automatically be added afterwards. Now you want to type -- volume and then another space. So your terminal window should look just like this. Now go back to Finder, and then you want to go up to the menu bar and select Go to Folder, and then type /volumes, and then click Go. This will show all the mounted volumes on your Mac. All right, so there we go. There's Untitled. That's the name of the disk that we just formatted in Disk Utility. And it's always a good idea to double click on that drive, make sure that's the actual drive. There's nothing there. Okay, so now we want to drag this volume over to the terminal and release. It's going to paste in the volume location just like that. And now we're ready to go. So that's all we need to get started. We're going to go ahead and close out of the Finder window. Let's zoom in here on the terminal window because we're going to be focused here for the next few minutes. So you want to press Return on your keyboard to submit the command, enter your administrator password, and then press Return. And then it's going to ask if you are sure that you want to continue. So you want to press the Y key on your keyboard to accept, and then press Return. It's going to erase the disk first, and then it's going to copy all the installer data to that USB drive. And this is going to take a while. I've sped it up considerably, so just be patient. It's going to take several minutes to complete. Now it makes the disk bootable, copies over the boot files, and there we go, we're done. Now, like I said, I've sped this up a lot, so it's going to take you a little bit longer, so just be patient. But this is what you should see once everything's completed. Now we can close out of the terminal. So we can actually open up that drive in the Finder and see that now it is not untitled anymore, but yes, it is the macOS installer for Big Sur. All right, so the next step is to alter the secure boot settings for the destination Mac. So with our Mac powered off, I'm holding the Command and R key while firing up our Mac. It automatically turns on, it's a laptop. So you want to wait about 5 seconds into the Apple logo, then you can release. It'll boot into recovery mode. We need to go in here and alter some of the startup security settings to allow us to boot from that USB drive. So macOS recovery is going to ask you for the password for the user you select. We're going to just enter that right now. All right. So here we are in macOS utilities. We actually just want to go up to the menu bar and select utilities in the menu bar because we want to find the startup security utility. So click on that and then you'll have to authenticate again. So we'll go ahead and authenticate. Just go ahead and click where it says enter macOS password. Select your user there and then put in your password. All right, click OK. And here it is. So the first section is for secure boot, and then the second section is for allowed boot media. So under secure boot, we want to select medium security, and this will allow any version of signed operating system software ever trusted by Apple. Now, when I try to boot with full security enabled, I was basically put in a loop, and the T2 chip basically would not allow me to proceed. Now, also be sure to check allow booting from external or removable media. Once you have those two options selected, you can go ahead and close out of the secure startup utility. But make sure it looks like this, especially that last option for allowed booting from removable media. You definitely need that checked. Otherwise, you won't be able to boot from that USB drive at all. So now that that's done, you want to go ahead and plug in your USB drive, hold the Option key while powering on your Mac, and you want to hold Option until that startup selector appears, which is right here. So I have my normal Macintosh HD drive, and I also have Install macOS Big Sur. So we want to select Install macOS Big Sur, and then press Return on the keyboard. This is going to boot from that USB drive, and that's what's happening right now, booting directly from this USB drive, which will allow me to install macOS Big Sur. So initially, it's going to boot into macOS recovery. And here we go. And I'm going to speed this portion up just a little bit. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and select my user and click next. Enter my user password. And here we are. So since this is a beta, I like to create a separate volume and install the beta there. So I'm just going to go to disk utility. And I'm going to create a new volume specifically for the Big Sur beta. Now, once the public version comes out, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can just upgrade directly to macOS Big Sur and place that right on your current hard drive if you wish to do that. But here, I'm just going into the disk utility. I'm creating a new volume. And I'm going to call it beta in this case. And I'm going to install the macOS Big Sur beta right here on this volume. Now, once the public version of macOS Big Sur comes out, you have options. You can create a new volume as I've done here. You can upgrade your existing macOS installation, or you can delete your macOS install and start from scratch. It's up to you. So now we're going to install macOS Big Sur. So just select Install macOS and then click Continue. And then this is going to give us options as to where we want to deploy the install. All right, so you just want to click Continue again. All right, now click Agree, and then click Agree again. And now it's going to ask you where you want to install macOS. You can install it on your current existing, and that's basically going to perform an upgrade. Or you can do like I did, create a new APFS volume. I selected beta, which is my new volume. Click continue, and then click continue again. And that will begin the installation of macOS Big Sur. So right now, everything's being deployed from this USB installer drive. And this will take a while. This is going to take several minutes. And when I say minutes, I'm meaning more like half an hour to 45 minutes, depending on various factors. But just be patient, in other words. I've sped this up a whole lot, multiple times over here, to get through it so you're not sitting here waiting. And I just wanted to show you the end result of what you can expect. And in just a second, there we go. We'll see the setup utility here in just a second. And there we go. So there's the setup utility asking you to select your country or region, and that will walk you through the macOS installation for Big Sur. So ladies and gentlemen, there really isn't that much to it. It's a pretty simple exercise creating that USB installer drive. Just really handy to have that available. Just tuck it somewhere where you can always find it just in case you happen to need it. So ladies and gentlemen, if you appreciated this video, leave me a thumbs up. That helps other people find it as well. And let me know what you think down below in the comments section. This is Jeff with the 9 to 5 Mac.